Okay, what is going on, CYPRX advanced YouTubers? Welcome back to the CYPRX YouTube page. As always, if you're interested in learning about cryptocurrencies, commodities, indices, foreign exchange, please go ahead and consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. In today's video breakdown, this is a piece of the Zoom recording that I had mentioned to you guys was going to take place on Twitter. Again, I like to do these pop-up Zooms, so make sure that you follow me on Twitter if you don't already do so, and make sure that you smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to the YouTube channel so that way you don't miss out on any future video breakdowns. In today's breakdown, we are going to talk about manipulation, how Grayscale had sold XRP, in my personal opinion, showing you guys again, time and time, over and over and over, how the banks manipulate price to give themselves discount. We're going to go over a fully diluted breakdown, utilizing fundamentals, why I was looking at XRP bearish price action and lower targets based off these fundamentals and what institutional traders are doing and private investment firms. And then I'm also going to share some video clips for you guys in this Zoom breakdown. So make sure that you guys stick around for this YouTube video, smash that thumbs up button. It helps boost the YouTube algorithm, and make sure that before you head out, you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. Without further ado, let's jump into today's video breakdown. Still got music playing. It was a vibe this morning, dude. I've been up since like fucking last night at 11 a.m. I still haven't slept. And people be complaining like, oh, I don't have time. Yeah, you do. You just got to make time. You got to make time. I literally sleep 2 to 3 hours per day. Now, I'm not telling people to go and do that, but I'm just telling you, this is what it takes. You know what I mean? And I still work out and eat healthy. Like, it's a lifestyle, bro. Dead ass. What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in, regardless if you're a CYPRX student or you're just part of the general public that follows the CYPRX movement. Welcome to today's video breakdown. We're going to talk about manipulation in the market. I'm going to show you guys some fundamental articles in a video clip talking about Grayscale, Credit Suisse, how banking institutions and investment firms sold XRP when the SEC lawsuit came into fruition, how I mentioned to you guys in a previous YouTube video what they're doing with price right now, right? They're manipulating price after liquidating and activating those buy stops. They're selling off to come and activate sell stops and liquidate any over leveraged position before they add on to their overall institutional order to drive price higher to potentially new all-time highs, right? We know that mainstream crypto adoption, institutional crypto adoption, e-commerce crypto adoption is coming into the space. This is going to be bigger than anybody can realistically take into consideration. Even all the YouTube moon boys on the internet realistically don't have an idea on where this is actually going to go. It is going to be, monumental. It's probably going to be as big or bigger than the internet. Okay. So then after that, I'm going to go into a technical analysis day trade that I'm currently floating in. I don't know if it's going to be a scalp. I'm looking to hold it into the next Asia session. If I'm correct with the directional bias, this could be a very significant return of anywhere between a 1 to 5 to maybe a 1 to 12. If I'm correct with the directional bias. And if I'm not, my stops already moved to break even. I'll break down that trade for you guys in detail, why I entered, where I entered, you know, my confluences behind the trade, at least for the general public, that I can display to you guys, aside from giving all the gems that I give to the CYPRX students. And then for you guys as students, I'm going to actually give you guys another in-depth breakdown that I'll upload to the course material. And I had already mentioned to you guys that like 10 to 15 new CYPRX 2.0 crypto videos are coming to the space on the material. So you guys will get those now that I'm back in town and I can kind of resituate myself and get back into the flow of things after leaving for a couple of days. So let's start off with this. This is the trade. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you guys. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
All right, cool. So this is the trade that I'm currently floating in on XRP. I mentioned to you guys on Twitter that XRP broke 38 cents, and I put the little eye emojis to be paying attention, right? You guys know that I like to talk in code on Twitter. So I put the little eye emoji, which is a signal to pay attention to price action. I'd let you guys know that I had been potentially looking at buy scalps with an analysis that I sent previous to that one on the Twitter space, where I'd mentioned to you guys that we could see a potential reversal to anywhere between 46 to 48 cents, or maybe 50 cents. I said, I don't remember what the tweet said. But anyways, I mentioned that to you guys simply based off of this entire area of price action right here, which I will go over in just 1 second. Entered into a position. I'm looking for this to capitulate on at least a 1 to 5 to come back up to the top of this trading range. And if it doesn't, cool, so be it. I'll get stopped out at break even. I'm not going to take any partials from this trade. I'm going to see if it can run all the way to the top of this this downward sloping channel that we had. You guys know I don't like retail methodologies, but I just utilized this to show you guys that XRP was stuck in a trading range for like freaking 14 days. It mimicked Bitcoin's price action. Bitcoin kind of broke down beneath that channel today. So, of course, the rest of the cryptocurrency market followed. Now, everybody and their mom has fear just completely induced in their hearts in the cryptocurrency space right now. And what they do most 9 times out of 10 is they panic sell when they see their portfolio dwindling away. We know that institutional adoption, mainstream adoption is coming into this market. So time and time again, what you're going to consistently see is these major dips in prices and then these massive explosions back to the upside, because this is institutional adoption flooding into this market. I teach my students that time and time again, the banking institutions cannot take one single position. They have to scale into multiple positions time and time again. So when you see big movements in price like this, okay, this is institutional money, right? Why? Because retail traders, us as retail traders, we do not have the amount of money to move the market like this. So with that being said, you have to understand that when big moves like this in the market, whether they're to the up or the downside, for example, this move right here, right? We see this move rejected off of around the 34-cent psychological level and had a massive impulse in price. This was the whales adding to their overall order, okay? 34-cent XRP where they bought at was discounted for them, considering the fact that XRP price has dwindled away from its all-time highs. And you guys know that for a fact now, okay? This is discounted price. Over time, you guys will see 100 of these orders, okay? 100 of these little tiny orders like this all throughout before XRP finally capitulates and reverses back to the upside and hits new all-time highs. Why is that? You have to ask yourself the question. And it is because the banking institutions have to continuously add to their orders, right? So with all that being said, that was kind of like the mainstream confluence to why I placed this trade. I'm going to go into the technicals in that in just 1 second. But first, I want to show you guys something. Okay. I highly advise that you guys watch this video on Netflix. If you guys watch Netflix, I don't really watch TV, but occasionally, maybe once or twice a month, I'll watch a good movie. Okay. This movie is called Official Secrets. Now, I'm not going to say whether I believe or don't believe in what this woman did, because that is, you know, it's looked as just a bad thing to your government. And if anybody ever stumbles across CYPRX and stumbles across our YouTube channel, I don't want them to think that I sway one way or the other. I'm neutral and I just do my thing as an individual. I put this information out to the general public with no bias behind it, okay? With that being said, this woman right here, this movie is based on a true story. And what she was attempting to do was prove that the media and the government in the United States were lying to the general public, as well as the United Kingdom, to sway a vote to start a war in Iraq, okay? And she leaked a memo, a top secret memo to the general public because she believed that the world needed to be told the truth. But in this movie, there's a whole mess of news manipulation. And I just want you guys to go and see that, so that way you know that I'm not tooting my horn, and that you can truly understand how deep this rabbit hole goes, and that news manipulation is a real thing, and you can pay attention to it and add that as a catalyst to your trading, which I've shown the CYPRX students time and time again by paying attention to key phrases, key psychological levels in the news manipulation articles, okay? And then trading against them, right? So here, I just want to take your attention over to this, this little video snippet real fast. I'm going to play a little. It's probably like honestly a minute or 2 minutes long. Okay. So I do apologize how long it is, but it's very interesting to see what this guy says and who he is. All right. So this guy, Michael Sinanian, I don't want to butcher his name, but he is the Grayscale investment CEO. Okay. And so listening to this guy and hearing him talk, this is from May 25th, 2022. So this is extremely recent. And I just want you to listen to what this gentleman says. And then I want to avert your attention over here to this article that says right here, Grayscale investment begins dissolution of XRP trust, citing Ripple SEC lawsuit. All right, moving on to this article. What I just want you guys to see is that Grayscale sold so much of their XRP when the SEC lawsuit came into fruition, okay? And you guys can go check this article out where they talk about how much money they raised in the trust for XRP. And then when the SEC lawsuit came into fruition, they sold all of that. They literally removed their XRP from its large cap crypto fund. It says it right here. So looking at the charts, correlating that with how the banking institutions manipulate price action, if we go over here and we go to the grand scheme of things on the higher time frame, all right, and we look at and we correlate the dates, all right, we can see when the dates of the SEC lawsuit came into fruition, we can see when the banking institutions correlating that with the news fundamentals sold at the same time. We know that banking institutions sell to give themselves discount from their overall positions. So I want to avert your attention to another article over here that mentions, okay, where the price of XRP was at, where Grayscale, a big, massive investment firm, averaged in at to buy XRP. So Grayscale, again, here's just another article that proves that they dropped XRP from large crypto cat fund following the SEC lawsuit. Okay, so again, this is proof. And this is that guy right here, Michael S. I'm just going to call him Michael S. He's the CEO of Grayscale. Look right here. Here's another article that says, data from Crypto Whale shows the opposite. According to the monitor, the institution has made its biggest XRP purchase in history, buying 12.48 million XRP on New Year's Eve. The monitor claims the Grayscale took advantage of the drop in XRP price caused by a massive sell-off to make its purchase. Here's the proof right here. Okay, they literally manipulate price because we see them selling their XRP, right? And then they take advantage of that massive dip in price. Okay. BYBT updated its data to reflect the referred purchase. As shown in the image below, Grayscale has 38.88 million XRP purchased at an average of 24 cents to bring its total XRP holdings to an estimated of 9.16 million at the time of publication. Okay, so just reading you guys these articles and seeing these news fundamentals come out via manipulation, correlating that with what they're projecting to the general public, right? And then understanding psychological levels, we can take all of that over to the charts and determine what it is that these banking institutions are about to do, okay? So if we just look at the charts right here on the higher time frame, what can we see? We can see the 24-cent psychological level that article had mentioned, where the banking institutions are averaging in at on XRP. So I want to avert your attention to a screenshot that I shared with you guys on Twitter with an analysis like this on XRP, where I had said, okay, look, if we don't surpass 50 cents, most likely because we are operating below the 50-cent psychological level, I tweeted out a picture with these 3 red arrows on my Twitter, and then with this bullish kind of reversal arrow, right? I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter, but I posted that like maybe 2 weeks ago, right? So what the banking institutions right now most likely are about to do is, you guys can see that over time, every time we tap into this 24-cent psychological level barrier, or around this general vicinity, within anywhere between 24 to 30 cents, we capitulate and we turn back in price. Why is that? Because the banking institutions on average are buying XRP at these levels. The private investment firms, the whales, are buying XRP at these discounted levels. Well, we can see now on the grand scheme of things what they're attempting to do. The next bullish run that takes place on XRP, in my personal opinion, is going to completely blow all of the liquidity above the all-time highs and above this $2 psychological level range. Okay. And that is when we do capitulate again from this general vicinity at around 24 cents. Now, could we dip beneath this 24-cent psychological level? Of course. We operate in an uncertain environment. I've said that XRP could go as low as 19 cents, right? But where we are operating at now, even at 38 cents, if the market did decide to capitulate, the market is going to explode when it does that. And that's not just me, talking bullish moonboy predictions. I'm talking about, if you just look at this from a return on your investment perspective, if you were to, again, not investing advice, okay, put $1,000 into XRP right here at when price was at around 34.5 cents, and price just went back to $2, okay, you're looking at almost a 500% return on your initial investment. Now, for $1,000, right, doesn't seem like that much money. But you have to understand, from an investor's perspective, okay, not a moonboy perspective, an investor's perspective, that is 500 times more than what a banking institution will give you in 15 to 20 years, okay? Or what a retirement fund will do for you in 5 to 10 years. That is an insane return on an initial investment, okay? So regardless if you're looking to become a millionaire or not, you need to understand the potential in cryptocurrency. Whereas if you have money sitting in a bank, I've told my traders, right? I've told my traders, I have zero money sitting in a bank. Why? Because it does nothing. It collects dust. It is illogical to have your money sitting in a bank. Yes, I get it, the safety net and the cushion of confidence that your money is protected. But if you think your money is protected in the bank, you are dead wrong. If America, right, you live in America and we experience a recession, your money is actually depreciating value just like it would in cryptocurrency. So with that being said, Again, not financial advice. You want to seek to allocate your money into appreciating assets or assets that are going to potentially appreciate in value over time. And again, like I say, not advice, not financial advice, but cryptocurrency is one of those appreciating assets that could result in massive returns. Even if you're just looking at going back to a new all-time high of anywhere between right above the liquidity that sits right at, let's just say $3.48. If we just go back to $3.60, which isn't a moon boy price prediction, it's happened in the past, it can happen again to come and clear out that liquidity, right? You're looking at $1,000 investment at 30 and just taking that up to $3.60. That is 1,100 return on an investment. That is insane. That's insane. Okay. So just to show you guys what these banking institutions are doing via manipulation, why they're doing it, because they're not dumb. They have the same mindset. They know that allocating their money in real estate and all of these other, avenues of approach aren't going to make them as much money and return on their investment as cryptocurrency is going to. That is another reason why adoption is about to flood into this market. Okay, so I just thought that I'd share that with you guys. Coming over here, just showing you a list of the 10 largest institutional investment firms that exist. We see BlackRock, Vanguard Group. Vanguard Group has studies about cryptocurrency that are coming into works. UBS Group, right? We can go over here to an article where UBS Group shares a partnership with Ripple and R3. UBS embed with Ripple and R3 for cross-border payments. This is massive news, yet it holds from 2017. So we see here again a past date where banking institutions have been piloting and testing this new age of digital technology, okay? Most people do not even know who UBS is. So let's start here. UBS is the Swiss multinational investment bank and financial service company founded and based in Switzerland. Switzerland plays a key role in this cryptocurrency adoption. But UBS maintains and presents in all major financial centers as the largest Swiss bank and institution in the world. Here comes the good stuff. UBS has been working with R3 and Ripple to implement real-time cross-border payments since 2017, okay? So I just thought that I'd share a list of all of these institutions and private firms that are adopting cryptocurrency. You guys can go and do the research and read about them. It is massive. It is not a joke. It is coming, okay? So let me play this little tiny snippet from this guy, this gentleman here, Michael S. And I just want you to hear what the CEO of Grayscale, which is the largest digital investment firm on the planet, okay, says about cryptocurrency. And then you see what they're doing behind the scenes via the manipulation, how they're selling cryptocurrency to add to their overall position, right? Let me play this for you guys.
Jurisdictions like Switzerland end up like just streaming ahead with this sort of technologies. Does this pose a threat to Wall Street? I mean, do we get a migration of capital to places outside of New York?
I think it's certainly possible. When we think about, the perspective that we have being in DC, working very closely on the U.S. regulatory front, there's a tremendous opportunity for the U.S. The White House put out an executive order a couple months ago that really called into action all of the federal agencies in the U.S. to really engage on these exact type of issues and develop frameworks and policies and really begin to think about how they're going to engage on this. But underlying that in a very overt way was also these themes around American competitiveness, America being, New York being the financial center, most important financial center in the world, and, not squandering innovation. It's too early to say what's going to come out of the White House executive order, but certainly from an industry perspective, I think, digested that as at least neutral, if not kind of neutral to positive, because it could have been quite prohibitive. If it didn't land what it did. Similarly, you saw in the UK, not all that of a differentiated.
Okay, so I'm going to pause it there because it is kind of long. It'll play for like another 2.5 minutes where this guy talks, but some just key takeaways that he just mentioned that I want to avert your attention to, okay? He mentioned that the executive order that President Joe Biden had announced to the general public was positive and neutral for cryptocurrency. That is a big sign for institutional adoption and private investment firm adoption, right? And then he also mentioned how all of these regulators are working together at a fast and massive rate to provide regulatory clarity, okay? That is also big. Again, this is coming from the Grayscale investment CEO. So as retail traders, what we have to do to get an edge in this market is piece together things that these important players are saying, right? That is the only solidification that we can generate as retail traders that this institutional adoption is coming is by piecing these things together ourselves. They're not just going to go out of their way to tell us this. You have to adopt this way of thinking yourself by doing this research. And the last thing that I want you to focus and pay attention to what he said is that America is being extremely competitive in this market. Okay. And so with that being said, think about the SEC lawsuit. Okay. What do you really think it was? They chose Ripple and XRP, okay? They didn't just do that for any reason because it's random. They did it because of the capabilities that XRP holds and because of the massive amount of business that XRP is doing outside of the United States. So what did the United States want to do? Again, this is a personal opinion, and I do not stand on any type of bias. That's for YouTube, so that way we don't get monetized. But what I personally, again, think that this SEC lawsuit was utilized, and I've shown you guys time and time again how Tesla was sued by the SEC, how Amazon was sued by the SEC, but is now one of the top companies in the world, okay? Same thing with Ripple. When America gets competitive, they manipulate things on purpose. Again, not saying that that is confirmed nor denied. This is a personal opinion, but to give themselves an edge in the market. Once Ripple gains regulatory clarity, think about it. If the United States is being competitive and Ripple is a United States company and they get regulatory framework and become the only cryptocurrency with regulatory clarity, at least the first one, right? That is going to put the United States on the forefront on paving the way to cryptocurrency adoption, okay? Because they are going to be able to say, we own the company with the only regulatory framework put into place in the whole entire crypto space. That is going to be massive. Think about it. Again, it's just an idea. You know, you can call it a conspiracy theory, whatever the case may be. Again, that is a personal opinion, but we can see time and time again, the manipulation. We can see that via the chart work. We can see over and over and over and over again that the market is manipulated. Okay. It's not something that's hidden anymore. It's very easy to see with simple research. Okay. So I hope that you guys enjoyed that video breakdown. With that being said, that is why overall I've been hesitant on just not necessarily releasing this information, but giving you guys my overall perspective. I've done this research in the past. That is why, that is like the key to why I was giving you guys bearish targets all the way back here at the, excuse me, at the beginning of January, where I had been mentioning to you guys that XRP was going to sell off. Even the CYPRX students, I mentioned to a lot of them back in November when we were covering Casper and we had that bullish rally on Casper. I had mentioned to you guys that we were going to, if we didn't break this high up here, come back to the low 60 to 30 cent psychological level. And you guys can see how that's all played out. I hope that my analysis has been, you know, really helping people out. This is why I've been tweeting this stuff out to you guys. All of this research that I do is what's allowed me to save my personal portfolio. So can I sit here and say that it is guaranteed in the market? No. All I can do is give you guys proof in the pudding as to why I say this stuff to you all. I don't just make this up. I'm not just some YouTuber out here drawing Fibonacci retracements on my freaking charts and hoping that price goes to 100. I'm really trying to teach you guys how I'm just a normal guy and I've made six figures from this market multiple times. Right? Multiple times. It's not hard to do. You just have to pay attention, like literally pay attention. I swear that's it. And, you know, you start to pay attention in this market and things really start to change for you instead of paying attention to what everybody else is doing. Anyway, so alrighty, so I hope you enjoyed viewing a piece of today's Zoom call with the general public and the CYPRX advanced students. Really do appreciate the love and support. Again, make sure before you head out, you do subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are trying to grow a page here, and we really do appreciate all the love and the support. Or as always, be cognizant, be aware, and I will see you guys in the next video breakdown. Everybody enjoy their weekend.